There's a lot going on in and around Omaha, and there's one great place to keep track of it all, Metro Quarterly.
The magazine celebrating 25 years, and the cover story is personal for publisher Andee Hoig.
And she joins us now. Good morning, Andee. Here it is.
Here it is.
How has this process been? This is a big issue for you.
This is a big issue, and it's been quite a journey. You know, I've had the opportunity to really reflect back over the 25 years, especially getting ready for this story, and not just on the professional side, but really on the personal side. And, you know, I decided to take that kind of focus point, because we've talked a lot about how the giving landscape has changed, and we'll keep talking about that. But this is really, you know, I was 24, 25 when I started this journey, and there's a lot has happened.
I imagine it's
over the years.
So reflective for you right now.
It is.
But can you take us back? How did Metro Magazine come to be? How did this brainchild come to be?
So Metro Magazine originally started as Metro Monthly, and it was a black and white. It was actually a 16-page newspaper.
Like a newspaper, yeah.
Right. And when it was a newspaper, I actually had bought it from my father, and because it was a struggling, he called it a struggling charity publication. You know, it wasn't making any money. I actually had to go out and get 3 other jobs once I bought it. You know, I was doing it in my dining room, so I went out.
You're putting money into this thing. And
I know. Yeah.
You're just not a moneymaker.
Yeah.
It's a passion for you.
Yeah. You know, remember I worked at Omaha Steaks, the V&A. I bartended, and I gave
awesome.
plasma just to keep this little newspaper
that
going.
Says it all.
Right.
That says
You
it
know?
all. And the thing about it is, it's not that you struggled early on and then it was a cakewalk 25 years later. You've really had challenges, which I think is part of what's inspirational about this journey. So now that you look at it, I mean, there's one event in my mind that stands out, and our viewers might remember it too. But what do you think some of the big challenges were?
You know, some of the challenges was the fire, for one, being a huge challenge, and that was right after the economy, you know, tanked.
Fill our viewers in. So you had a fire. You're over off of Pacific Street, right?
Yeah, in 2010 at the Bagel Bin, and it was 2010 was right off of this. You know, the economy was still suffering, so we were just kind of scrambling and trying to keep afloat at that time when the fire happened. And so there's been several times over the course of 25 years that I really could have just walked away and called it quits.
Yeah. But you've continued.
But I didn't.
And you've continued to reinvent yourself. And the publication.
Yeah. As a female entrepreneur, what have you learned that you share with other women? Because you do speak quite a bit.
I do.
So what's your message when you go to talk to other women?
You know, one of the things is, as an entrepreneur and people in women in business, and even if you're, you know, working for a company, it's really what goes on in your head is so important. I say in the article, I really, you know, you focus on the balance sheet and the economy and those things, but at the end of the day, what keeps moving you forward is what's going on in your head. It's not what's happening out in the world. You have to keep yourself lifted up. And you can't depend on other people to do that. So, but it's a process. I was driving here this morning. You know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stresses, and I love the holiday season. I'm like, Andee, enjoy the holiday season regardless of what is happening in your business or elsewhere. Otherwise, it's just going to go. It's going to be gone. And next thing I know, it's going to be, you know, after the first of the year, and I'll have another set of challenges.
You got to enjoy it. Yeah. There's a page dedicated in each publication to he said, she said. This is something that Mary and I write for every publication. And the question that we talked about here, what's your favorite Andee Hoig moment? So we both came up with our own moments and wrote about them.
Yes, you did.
Mike, yours?
Well, you at some point a few years ago, you changed the spelling of your name.
I did.
Right? It was A-N-D-I.
A-N-D-Y.
A-N-D-Y, and you changed it to A-N-D-E-E.
Right. So I had this epiphany.
So
I
why?
was driving down the street, and I was starting to picture, because I'm writing a book, and I was seeing my name out, you know, being keynote speakers, and I thought, I like the way Andee with a Y is too masculine, and I wanted a more feminine kind of free. So I was envisioning my name on the front of a best-selling book, and I thought, Andee with 2 E's Hoig. That is what I want to see there.
And this is what I talked about.
I mean, and this is like true story.
But this is what I talk about in this column, and that we talked about earlier. You're continuing to reinvent yourself, all the way down to the spelling of her name.
Right, because I was looking, I was fast forward. Yeah, I'm pre-paving my life.
And what did you write about?
I wrote about Dancing with the Omaha Stars, and this one, at 50 years old, rocking hot pink spandex, coming out in front of hundreds of people dancing and doing this. why she did it and her evolution throughout the rehearsals that night and beyond. That's what I focused on. We've got a top 5. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
Can you get through it in a minute?
I can,
Okay.
I can. So let's talk about our top 5. Jocelyn Castle Holiday Historic Home pre-party tonight, and then for 2 days.
Awesome for the tour.
Kaneko
Boutique.
Open Space Soiree tomorrow. Sentimental Journey is a week from tomorrow on the 18th. Also on the 18th, the Vision Banquet, Vision Beyond Site Banquet for Outlook, Nebraska. And then I'm going to participate in the Jocelyn Castle Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to do a 5K that morning.
Awesome. You also have a giveaway this time. What's
I
on
do.
the line?
You know what? So in the spirit of the holidays, we're going to give away 2 tickets to A Christmas Carol at the Omaha Community Playhouse.
It's an
Omaha's
annual classic.
holiday tradition. So go to our website, spiritofomaha.com. It starts on the 18th, so we're taking, entries through the 16th of November, and the keyword is Carol.
I may enter that one.
Go to spiritofomaha.com, Mike and everybody else.
We got to go, but tell people how to
Look on
get
the website.
your publication real
So
quick. Where do you go?
you can read it online at spiritofomaha.com. You can also go to the Bookworm and purchase it there. But I'm going to plug my favorite coffee place, Karma Coffee. You can go, and we've got copies there for you to browse through. So
Great.
Thank you, Andee, and
Thank you, Andee.
congratulations on 25
Thank you.
years.
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
well done.
We all get lines and wrinkles. They might show